Hello guys, this is Vysh. Today is June 4, day 28 of our 50-day quiz challenge. So we have done economics yesterday. Today again economics. Tomorrow some other subject will be taken up. So students are asking like whether NCERT will be there. That also will be there. So please see all the playlist videos, okay? Because it's done in a very systematic way. So all subjects will be done, and it's targeting the UPSC 2021. But other people also can watch it. And regarding test series 2021, it's going, and every day each student is coming and asking and taking the course according to their need. So please come and join this. And 2022, you have to wait for June 10. That is when we will start enrolling. Okay, now we have already given out the details in video 1, but the enrollment will start in June 10. Today's first question: which of the following are true about quantitative easing? It is a monetary policy enacted through the central bank of a country. It involves sucking of liquidity from the market. It was performed for the first time in India as part of demonetization in 2016. So 3 statements: 1, 2, 3, 2 only, 1 only, none of these. So today's questions will be somewhere related to money and banking. So we'll see what is the answer for this first question. This is from the economics test number 2. My students, you should go and see 100 questions are there with detailing about all the GDP concept, all the banking concept, money concept. Others who are just watching the series will just get 5 out of that 100 questions. Answer is 1 only. It is indeed a monetary policy enacted to the central bank of a country, but it's actually something which happens more in the US. Okay, it's originated there. So it is okay. It is an occasionally used monetary policy which is adopted by the government to increase money supply in the economy in order to further increase lending by commercial bank and spending by consumers. It can even backfire if inflation goes beyond estimated limits. So this is not sucking of liquidity from the market, instead pumping in more liquidity into the market. Okay. So to increase more this thing and not to suck them, generally not used in India. It originated in USA during the 2007-8 global crisis and is practiced by mostly developed economies. Okay, so you should go and read this also. This article is enough to understand the whole concept. So students who have my PDF, please read the entire article. Vysh courses video, every day new videos are coming. Today's episode also Amul versus Pita. After the Nestle controversy, now this Amul controversy, everything we are covering. So see to it that you go and subscribe and give your feedback. Second question: base erosion and profit sharing, okay, BEPS, is a joint initiative of IMF and G7, World Bank and G7, OECD and G20, FATF and G20. So what are these individual bodies that you should know for your international relations sake? We have already done 2 episodes of international bodies where 10 questions were discussed. So here which 2 bodies have started this initiative of base erosion and profit shifting? UPSC have already asked question on this, I believe. So answer is OECD and G20. So you should know about them also. This is actually bringing together 100 countries and jurisdiction to collaborate on implementation of OECD G20, this BEPS package. So this refers to tax planning strategies that exploit gaps and mismatches in tax rules to artificially shift profit to low or no tax location where there is little or no economic activity. In simple terms, you have to understand, it is like some companies, they will make like shell companies in certain countries. Okay, just for a dummy sake, they will make a company in a country, some island country, where there are no much tax rules, meaning there is no tax. It's like zero tax or very minimal tax. So what happens is, when they show in paper, they will show like, see, our profit are all from that company, which is situated in there, our headquarters is there. So it doesn't apply for your tax bracket, so we don't have to pay much tax. So they do this, shell companies, dummy companies. This is done by very, very big companies most of the time. Okay, so that profit shifting process, okay, base erosion and profit shifting, that is called BEPS. So it was started by OECD and G20. More technicalities you can study here, but whatever I told you is the crux of the whole thing. Okay. Which of the following describes provisioning in banking sector? Money that commercial banks should set aside under priority sector lending norms. Money needed by government to infuse into banks in the form of recapitalization for their recovery. Money the banks have to keep aside to prescribed percentage of their bad asset. Money needed to be kept aside under statutory liquidity ratio. So this is one of the favorite type UPSC question, where they'll give some term which is either in news or maybe in your standard textbook and ask the definition or meaning of that. Okay, in your paper B, CSAT paper, all the questions will be like this only. They'll give something and ABCD will be there. There will be no 1, 2, 3, that will be all ABCD. So you have to just understand the definition of it, or you have to know the definition of it. So what is provisioning in banking sector? So here the money the banks have to keep aside. Okay, here if you see under provisioning, banks have to set aside or provide funds to a prescribed percentage of their bad asset. The percentage of bad asset that has to be provided for is called provisioning coverage ratio. The provisioning coverage ratio is the percentage of bad asset that the bank has to provide or keep money from their funds, most probably profit. For example, if provisioning coverage ratio is 70% for a particular category of bad loans, bank has to set aside funds equivalent to 70% of the bad assets out of their profit. Assets of a bank means loans they have given and investment they have made. Okay, you should know what is asset, what is liability. Very, very basic definition you should know. Okay, because non-performing asset NPA is always in the news. So you should know that NPA is something which the bank has given out and then themselves went into trouble. Okay, I think I have an MCQ for NPA also today, so you'll understand more. But you should know, okay, what is asset. Assets are classified by RBI in terms of their duration of non-repayment. Okay, so that will be, I think, the next question I'll show you. But before that, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please see to that you subscribe. Okay, because every single day we are coming here just to teach you. Okay, because we don't need to do this. People who have enrolled it already have the PDF with them, and next year batches they'll get the video explanation as well. So if you are doing something of this sort, we are showing you like how much things you are missing if you are not studying from the right source. So this is the question I told. Which of the following are true? When loan or interest is not paid for more than 90 days, it is categorized as NPA. When an NPA is not being paid off in 90 days, it becomes a substandard asset. When a substandard asset is not being paid off in 90 days, it becomes a doubtful asset. So these are terminologies which you should know because the NPA crisis in India was very huge. Okay, many people have been doing the scams and then running out of the country. Now they are being tried to be brought back. So it's a very big news since the last 5 to 10 years repeatedly. Okay, so you have to know the meaning of all these things. So whether it's true, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 only, 1 only, none of these. So it's 1 only. If loan or interest is not paid, that is correct only. So if you see basic definitions, there's something called SMA, that is special mention account. Okay, exception is agricultural loans. Okay, loan interest not paid for 30 days, then it will become SMA 0. If it has become 60 days, then it is SMA 1. 90 days, SMA 2. And above 90 days, then bank will call it like it is a non-performing asset. Okay, we gave our loan and till 90 days, no loan has come, no interest has come. Okay, so SMA 0, 1, 2 and NPA. Then that for 12 months. Okay, here it's given 90 days, that is why it's wrong. For next 12 months or 1 year, if it doesn't come back, then it is substandard asset. Then again 12 months it is not paid, then it is doubtful asset. Okay, then this twin balance sheet, which is a UPSC question in 2016, I think. Twin balance sheet is like it involves public banks and dash. That was the question. And in options they were given corporates and PSU, something and all they gave. Answer is corporates. So this is a UPSC question. Okay, that's why I'm telling UPSC can go back to this topic again and ask you any of these. Okay, so please read these things. In economic survey that year, 2017, I think they have given a very detailed article on twin balance sheet and all these things. So that is why economic survey becomes important for you. Now last question, which of the following is a common constituent of M1, M2, M3, M4 money? Okay, UPSC last year, 2020, okay, which result is yet to come. I mean, the answer key is yet to come. For that, in that there was a question, okay, on aggregate money. So you should know what was aggregate money. So they were referring to M3, M4 and all, but you did not know that because you did not study. So here, currency with public, demand deposit in bank, demand deposit in post office, time deposit in bank, time deposit in post office. So these 5 things are there which makes up in different combinations M1, M2, M3. So which is the common constituent, meaning in all these type of money, what is there common? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So options are difficult here. You have to ideally know everything. Without that you cannot do this. Okay, 5 is anyway, maybe it's my mistake. 5 is not included in any option. Okay, so obviously 5 will not be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, which one is there in everything? So you should know the concept of high-powered money, that is M0. Then you should know narrow money, broad money. If you see, M0 is the high-powered money, which is the money in circulation plus bankers deposit with the RBI. Okay, that is high-powered money. Then M1 and M2 are called narrow money. M3 and M4 is broad money. Okay, particularly M3 is called broad money. Now, liquidity, if you see, it is M1 greater than M2 greater than, meaning M1 will be high liquidity. As and when you go towards M4, the liquidity reduces. Liquidity means how much is cash, how much is more easily exchangeable. Okay, so M4 will be least exchangeable. M1 will be will be the most exchangeable. Okay, most liquid. So if you see M1 or narrow money will have currency with the public. Okay, like the cash plus demand deposit in bank. Demand deposit means what? You give the money, you have account, right? Savings account, current account. So you put the money in the bank and anytime you can go and demand it in given a check, or you can do it, you can take it out. Okay, that is called demand deposit. So it's easily liquidable. Okay, so currency with public and demand deposit in bank. This is the M1, the very basic one. Now M2 is same thing, currency with public and the demand deposit in bank plus demand deposit in post office. Meaning in post office also some people keep the money, right? It's like a savings account. So that one. So if you see, this is also liquidable, but it is less liquid because post office, bank, both are there. Okay. Then M3, if you see broad money, it is again same thing, currency with public, DD in banks, okay, plus the time deposit in banks. Now time deposit means what? For a time you are putting, meaning you are putting your FD, okay, fixed deposit you are putting, recurrent deposit you are putting. So you'll put a cash and then you will not take it out for like next 6 months or next 1 year, next 2 years, up to 5 years, 10 years, you can put FD, okay. So that one, it's not like you cannot take it out. You can take it out, but they will cut some interest or something they'll take. So that is why this is a little bit difficult to exchange or liquidate. Okay. So this is, if you see again, everywhere there is currency with public and demand deposit. That's answer is 1, 2 only. Okay. And the last one, M4 is currency with public, demand deposit in bank, demand deposit in post office. Okay. That is M2 itself. This is M2 till here, plus TD in banks and post office, meaning everything is there now. Okay. The demand deposit in both places, time deposit in both places, and everything. So everything is M4. That is why these are broad money. Okay. I hope it's clear. This is the very easiest way I could explain to you. Okay. So I hope M0, M1, M2, M3, 4, everything is clear now. Like this, every concept, please study from some right source. Okay. Because I know many students find economics difficult. So we have tried our best to make it very simple through our test series. These questions which you are seeing is available in both the test, okay, in 2021-22 everywhere, because it's static concept. It will be there in both the test series in some places, okay, I don't know which test, but it will be there in one of the test. So please see to it, you subscribe and come and enroll today itself. WhatsApp for enrollment details. I'll come up with tomorrow's episode. Thank you and have a nice day.